Do you ever feel that tennis is just really, really hard physically? Do you ever feel that you're constantly breathless out on the tennis court? Now, it could be your fitness levels, but it could also be something much, much simpler. And I would say that 90% of tennis players do this thing wrong, which really has a bad impact on their tennis game. Hey guys, Simon here from Top Tennis Training, and this video is how to breathe properly in tennis. Now you're probably thinking, well, grunting is breathing, so if I'm grunting, I'm probably breathing correctly. Now a lot of the grunting that you hear on TV and a lot of the tennis players, even professional players, do this. They do it, but they don't do it in the optimal way. Now if you look at Roger Federer, he's a player that I would copy on how he watches the ball onto the strings, but also how he exhales and how he's breathing when he's playing the game. Novak Djokovic also does it very well. So let's look at firstly what most players are doing. Most tennis players are holding their breath as they swing the racket to the contact point. They'll hit the ball and they've held their breath. After the ball has left their racket, they now exhale. Even worse is players who don't exhale and don't breathe a whole rally or a whole point. Now you might be thinking, well, it's almost impossible to play a whole rally without breathing. Well, I used to coach a girl who was a very good triathlete. She'd done competitions, she was in incredible shape, and when I was coaching her, the first couple of sessions, after 20 minutes, she was dead. She was constantly dripping with sweat, completely fatigued. And I couldn't understand it because I said, she's such a good athlete, her fitness levels, she's doing everyday extreme fitness training, she should have great fitness levels, but something is going wrong. And one day I put a match with another girl, and I was on her side of the court, and I was able to really look at what was happening. And I noticed that she was holding her breath for the entire point, time and time again. So of course her energy levels were going to be dipping, and of course her oxygen levels by the end of the point are minimal, and she's going to be having a horrible effect on her body. Now if you imagine holding your breath for 20 seconds, 15 seconds, playing a very intense point where your heart rate is already going up just because of the activity you're doing, on top of that you hold your breath, now your heart rate's going to go even higher and your energy levels are going to be dead by the end of that point. So what I done with that girl was get her focusing on her breathing. And the breathing that I was trying to get her to do, and this is something that I teach to almost all my students, as the ball is coming to you, as the opponent makes contact, that's when you're taking your inhale. So as my opponent is about to strike the ball, I'm split stepping, I'm in my ready position, I'm taking that inhale. It could be through the nose, it could be through the mouth. If you're in a rally situation, it's better to try and do it through the nose. If it's a point situation, either way is fine. As I'm taking that inhale, then I'm ready for the shot. It's coming towards me, the ball now. I can still be taking that inhale as the ball is passing the service line. Now around the time of the ball bouncing on my side and rising up, that's when I want to be thinking about doing my exhale or starting it. Now in general, you want to have a longer exhale. So you want to be exhaling. If I'm in that power position for my forehand, let's say, I'm exhaling on the forward part of my swing, and I'm exhaling through the contact zone. What this will do, it will help me to stay relaxed through the contact point. If I exhale after contact, holding my breath, made contact, ball's gone, ball's left my racket, I exhale, at contact I was tight, I was stiff. It's better than holding your breath, but it's not the optimum way to do it. So the best way that you can do it is to actually exhale through that contact zone, prior to contact and after contact. So the ball's coming, I'm exhaling on that forward part of the swing. Now if I do this correctly, I'll feel so much more relaxed during that contact point, and my body will feel so much more loose. And that's what we want to have in tennis. If you look at Federer, look how relaxed he is, look how little he sweats in most matches. Now a lot of that comes down to how he's controlling his breathing in between points and during points. Now if you feel that your heart rate has gone too high, and if you feel that your breathing rate has to go a little bit faster than that, some players they actually take 2 breaths in and out in between shots. So I've hit my shot, take an inhale, take an exhale, another inhale, and then I exhale as I make contact. So it would be like so 2 inhales, 2 exhales in between each shot. If I do this, it will also help me to stay relaxed, stay loose. Try to find which one works better for you, and it might change depending on the tempo of the rally. A slower rally, you can get away with 1 inhale, 1 exhale. A faster tempo and a faster point situation where you're scrambling for balls, it might be 2. The main thing to really focus on is that exhale during the contact zone, prior and during the contact zone. If you do that right, you'll have to take an inhale. It'll be very hard for you to play a point and exhale every time you make contact, but then hold your breath. You won't have any air left to exhale. So you will be breathing in, your body will find the right way to then take the inhale, but you have to have that exhale at contact, prior to contact and during contact. So once again, as the ball's coming up to my racket, as the ball's traveling towards my strings if I'm doing a volley, I'm focusing on starting that exhale. If it's a volley, it might be if it's a ground stroke, and that's the feeling I want to have, that relaxation, that looseness through the contact point. If it's a serve, same thing. As I get to around the trophy position and I start that racket drop, that's when I'll start my exhale. And I'll be exhaling right through the contact point, which will keep my body as relaxed as possible. So go out there and try it, guys. Let me know if it works for you. Let me know if it helps you to play better and more relaxed tennis. And let me know if it helps you to feel a lot fitter on the tennis court. A lot of these issues that we have, I know myself, when I'm holding my breath, I'm tired after about 10-15 minutes of solid hitting. If I'm exhaling and I'm focusing consciously on really getting that good breathing, I know that I can last an hour, 2 hours of good hitting without feeling that same fatigue. So it's very important that everyone, it's something that you have to almost do on a daily basis until it becomes a habit. I know myself when I'm coaching, because we're talking when we're coaching, we're telling our players what to do, you're not really focusing on your breathing when you're hitting with them. But when I'm going into a hitting session with someone who's a bit better, that's when I'm focusing once again on staying relaxed, staying loose, and exhaling through the contact point. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment down below as well, and subscribe to the channel. Also share this video with anyone who you think would benefit from it. All the best, guys, and see you soon.